Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down Arnold Schwarzenegger's book, Be Useful. And look, this isn't about some quick fixes or life hacks. We're talking about the real, core tools for building a life that actually has purpose and meaning.
So Arnold kicks things off by pointing out a problem he sees just about everywhere. So many people out there feel adrift. They feel miserable, kind of like they're just passengers in their own lives. They look in the mirror and think, how in the world did I end up here? But here's the thing. Arnold's whole point is that we always have a choice. The real problem isn't that we don't have options, it's that most of us are walking around without a compass to tell us which direction to go. And that's exactly where his philosophy comes in. Think of it as a toolkit, a really practical, timeless set of tools for building a life that's happy, successful, and most important of all, useful. Now, let's be clear, this stuff isn't some big secret he just discovered. It's not a list of clever tricks. These are the fundamentals, the time-tested principles that have always worked for people who want to take control of their journey. All right, let's open up this toolkit. The very first tool, and honestly probably the most critical one in the whole box, is having a crystal clear vision. Because without this, none of the other tools are going to do you any good. A vision gives you a why. It gives you a purpose. It pretty much becomes the ultimate filter for every single decision you make. When you're faced with a choice, you just have to ask yourself one simple question. Does this get me closer to my vision, or does it push me further away? Okay, so you're probably thinking, that sounds great, but how do I actually build a vision if I'm starting from scratch? Well, Arnold suggests two really practical ways to get it done. So here's the key. It doesn't really matter where you start. On the one hand, you can start with a big, kind of fuzzy dream, like Arnold's childhood vision of just America, and then you slowly zoom in, adding more and more detail. Or you can do the opposite. You can start small, with tiny daily goals, and just let those small wins build on each other, until, eventually, this huge picture starts to emerge all on its own. Okay, so once you've got that vision locked in, you need an engine. You need something to actually power you towards it. And for Arnold, that engine has always been just plain, uncompromising, hard work. His thinking on this is so simple and direct, you really can't argue with it. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic pills. Success comes from putting in the reps, from what he calls productive pain, and just relentlessly following through. To put that into perspective, when he was at his peak as a bodybuilder, he was moving 40,000 pounds of weight in a single workout. That's like lifting a fully loaded semi-truck every single day. And it wasn't just in the gym. Take his acting career. You know that iconic shotgun flip he does in Terminator 2? It's on screen for maybe 2 seconds. He practiced that move so many times, his knuckles were bleeding. All of that for just 2 seconds of perfection. And this right here, this is such a powerful way to reframe the whole idea of the grind. The work isn't just about the work itself. It's about building a foundation of skill and strength so that when that big opportunity finally shows up, you are ready to grab it. So you've got your vision, you're putting in the work. The next tool is all about expanding your mind. It's about learning to ignore all the naysayers and giving yourself permission to think big. The logic here is just perfect, right? If you aim for some massive, audacious goal and you fall a little short, you still end up somewhere incredible, way beyond where you would have been if you'd only aimed for something realistic. And I mean, just look at this list. The road to any kind of massive success is almost always paved with rejection. From J.K. Rowling getting turned down a dozen times to Walt Disney going bankrupt, history is just full of people who were told no again and again before they achieved something amazing. And Arnold himself? He was drowning in this stuff his entire career. They told him his accent was weird, his body was too strange for movies, that his name was way too long. They said he was a package that could never, ever sell in Hollywood. But instead of letting that doubt stop him, he used it. He turned all that skepticism into fuel for his fire. And all of this brings us to the fourth and final tool in the kit. And honestly, this might just be the most important one of them all: giving back. People are always calling Arnold the ultimate self-made man. It's kind of become his brand, right? Well, it's a compliment that he absolutely positively rejects. Seriously, it's a hard and fast rule for him. And you might be asking why. Well, it's because he believes that no one, absolutely no one, achieves anything all by themselves. We are all standing on the shoulders of the people who helped us, who guided us, and who paved the way. I mean, just think about his journey. From his parents, who literally gave him life, to Joe Weider, the guy who brought him to America, to his training partners who pushed him to be better every single day in the gym. He knows his success was a total team effort. And this is what he calls his break your mirrors philosophy. The idea is simple. Stop looking at yourself all the time. Instead, look through the glass and see all the people out there that you can help and lift up. He says that feeling brings a joy that's more powerful than any paycheck or trophy. He argues that being truly useful isn't just about personal gain. It's about turning whatever success you have into service for other people. And the funny thing is, when you do that, you end up helping yourself more than you could ever imagine. So the takeaway here is really clear. With a sharp vision, a powerful work ethic, a big picture mindset, and a real spirit of giving back, you have all the foundational tools you need to build a useful life. Arnold has laid out the blueprint. The only question left is, what are you going to build?